Joe Moore and Barney Hall welcoming you to Loudon, home of the New Hampshire International Speedway, for today's New England 300. What can we expect to see today, Barney?
Well, gear selection is everything here at New Hampshire. Very important to be able to accelerate out of these tight corners. The danger is picking too low of a gear and hitting the top end too early on the straights and blowing an engine.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will begin the race in the top 5 in points.
Oh, yeah, and all these guys in the top 5 are fighting hard week in and week out to gain as many points as possible. It's harder to pick up spots once you're into the top 5.
Johnny Benson won the Busch Series championship in 1995.
That championship was sandwiched between 2 Rookie of the Year awards. He won the Busch Series award in 1994, followed up his championship with Winston Cup rookie honors in 96.
Jerry Nadeau is one of those guys who you just keep expecting to break out and have a good year.
Yeah, you do, but he's got a ton of talent and some good equipment. He's shown he can win and run up front. Now he's just got to string some success together and gain some confidence out there.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Hello everybody and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. We are at New Hampshire and Jimmy Johnson is starting on pole for this race. We qualified P24. Green flag is out and we are underway from the Magic Mile. Of course, back then this track having 2 dates on the NASCAR schedule and for the longest time being the opening race of the chase for the NASCAR Cup. This is a track I often forget about, especially nowadays with it only having 1 race. It's a track I don't particularly care for, either in game or real life. To me, if we're going to have a race on a flat 1 mile track, sorry there, Kurt, give me Milwaukee. I'm more of a Milwaukee Mile kind of gal. But so far, off to a good start here. I do like it in this game simply because you can make some pretty good moves here, especially when the pack is bunched up.
Still beside you. Be patient. Okay, that's worth another spot.
So already up to P14 here. Get a good run out of the corner there as the AI go just about 3 wide there down the front straightaway. And we'll send it down to the inside, making it 3, almost 4 wide there.
You just broke into the top 10. 45 car.
As a kid, my dad and I would play this game quite a bit, and this was always the track we went to because it allowed for dive bomb moves like I do here. It was a pretty good track for passing the AI because you can run a completely separate line from them. As I got into later games and couldn't do that, really don't like driving this track too much. I think I only drove it once in iRacing in NASCAR. I led a couple laps under caution and I think that was the highlight of the race for me. Just not a New Hampshire person, so we had to really get on the brakes there to make sure not to hit Rusty. So we're currently up to P8. This would be a huge improvement after the disappointing finish at Chicagoland. So we are officially halfway through this 36 race season at this point. We are currently P20 in the standings, which I said for me is my personal goal of top 20. Don't know if we'd be able to be consistent enough to get into the top 15, but that's the quote-unquote stretch goal for the remainder of the year as the pace starts to come away from us here. As the field gets a little more spread out, this allows the AI to actually show their proper pace once again. 3 wide there, a little bit of contact with Jeff Burton. 3 wide here with 2 Roush cars entering turn 3. Terry Labonte up high. So, whoa, there's Jeff again.
The 99 car is still there. Take it easy.
Rusty Wallace running very low here on the straightaway. Closing in on halfway, 30 laps this race as we Once again, send it down to the inside here. To brake a good bit right there. I might loosen the car up a little bit.
The 6 car. All over your back bumper.
So the leaders have a healthy margin.
Got one outside.
I almost thought for a second, whoa, sorry, Jeff. I kind of had to drive a little deeper in the corner there because Mark almost got into us. And I get into Rusty there on exit.
10 seconds off, leader. Hit your marks and be smooth.
Yeah, I definitely think I need to loosen this thing up a little bit as
Car left.
now I'm having an even harder time getting it to turn.
Drop it back. What's wrong? Okay, we're clear.
Yeah, I might just make a slight wedge adjustment because it's pretty solid overall.
Your left front tire is a little...
Whoa!
That bump didn't hurt us.
Starting to have a little bit of a harder time slowing down now as the tires start to wear. Yep, definitely too tight now.
Give it up, stay in this one. Clear on both sides.
Gonna need to make a big old wedge adjustment, maybe even a tire pressure adjustment, because it seems to be getting worse as the run goes. Already about halfway on fuel here.
Number 6. It's looking high.
As that is our, of course, if you missed the end of the last episode, that is our next big R&D upgrade to the car is going to be fuel efficiency.
Get up on.
As we're now going to have to try to hold off a lot of cars here.
Gain another spot.
As I will probably be pitting as soon as I see somebody else pit.
Okay, we're clear.
Because holy crap, am I starting to struggle here. As we try to hold on to P7, Mark Martin going to look to our outside, as well as Tony Stewart. Dale Jr. followed us through the field here. He's made his way up.
No one inside.
No, Tony, you are not getting down to the inside.
Now, 20 laps to go. The 6 car.
We have 20 to go.
Everything okay? Number 6. It's still there. Be patient.
Let's see just how tight we're getting on the exit of the corner there.
The 8 car is coming low. Car outside.
Whoa, Dale Jr. Jr., what you doing here, buddy? Sent it deep into the corner, got into Mark as I get tight and hit Mark.
Okay.
Mark's just being used up right now.
Away from you.
But then Dale also getting into us.
Cornell up.
So he's going to get to our inside here. Now Tony is as well, as we are struggling for pace here later in the run. Oh man, oh man.
Focus on your marks, buddy. You're clear. Got one out.
Tony Stewart's going to come to pit road, so we're going to come in next time.
The leader's gaining a couple of tenths a lap on us. All clear, buddy.
So try to hold on to a decent spot here.
The 24 car is still there.
As Jeff gave us a little bit of a nudge there.
Number 29 is looking right. You've got to be low on fuel. Check your gauges. Okay, we're clear.
All right, here we come. All right, don't worry. You know, it's only a couple tenths. Let's do the repair there. Bring down the PSI and the wedge. Not the world's fastest pit stop. We come back up into the track.
Number 20 is exiting pit row ahead. Clear.
You can see just coming out of the pits how much faster we are than those who have stayed out so far. Tires do make a huge difference in this game at this track.
Okay, we're clear.
As more cars continue to pit, we'll just have to see where we cycle out here. With our pit stop as slow as it was, honestly, I'm surprised we only fell back to 10th, but tell you what, there is a lot of lap traffic here, as Jeff Burton is the guy that stayed out so late. He's going to fall now as we are P9. Let's work our way through some of the lap traffic here.
Still there.
I believe Mark Martin is the next car up ahead of us, but he's a good bit away.
Clear all around.
But hopefully can get held up by this lap traffic a good bit, allow us to catch up.
Your left front tire is a little
So
warm.
we have a car with a blown engine on the front straightaway. And it is Terry Labonte.
You're clear.
Down to the inside of Skinner here into 1 and 2. Shauna Robinson up ahead is Robbie Gordon. Is now the next car to be lapped by Martin and Jr. So overall, pretty solid race for us so far, even with the difficulty of the handling.
Okay, we're clear.
Unfortunately, Martin and Jr. not having as much trouble as I'd like them to with lapping cars. So making it a little hard to catch them. But either way, even if we stay here, top 10 is really solid again, and a nice recovery after the 30th plus place finish of last week. As Kevin Harvick is starting to reel us in here, so we might have to contend with them in the dying laps this race here, as yeah, he is coming fast.
Closing on the leader. Number 31, top 5.
Unfortunately, Kevin Harvick has made insanely short work of us and has driven away, but now we're just trying to hold on to P10 here over Ryan Newman. Got some lap traffic to deal with.
The 26 car is still there.
Oh, nearly got into Todd Bodine there as the car's starting to really tighten up in these later laps.
Next time by.
Just 2 laps to go. Try to use Todd Bodine to hold them up there. So white flag is out for the leader there. Todd Bodine doing a good job holding up Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman there for us. Of course, they are now getting past, so we're going to have to deal with them here for one more lap.
Okay, let's get after these guys.
Thank God this is the last lap, because I am dangerously low on fuel. So, whoa, bit of puff of smoke there up ahead.
He's still there.
Checkered flag is out, so half a lap to go for us. Think we should be able to pretty easily hold off Kenseth. This poor Ryan Newman lost 2 spots in that exchange with Todd Bodine there.
The 30 car is all over you back.
So checkered flag, P10, a top 10. Solid, solid race for the Desautels Racing team.
Oh yeah, buddy. I like it.
And Dale Jarrett brings it home a 1-2 for Yates.
A rare caution-free race.
You know, that's pretty amazing. It says a lot about the quality and true talent of these NASCAR Winston Cup drivers.
The Delphi car got a top 10 finish in this one.
Top 10s are sometimes just as hard to get as a win. That whole team did a great job.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and MRN. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
Alright, so nothing really to do. We did send one of our engines in for an overhaul, but other than that, not much to do here before Pocono. We still remain P20 in the standings. And I tell you, it feels like we were just at Pocono, because the schedule made really no sense back then doing these races like a month or 2 apart, but what are you going to do? So if you liked this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more NASCAR Thunder 2003 content. We're heading back to the Pocono Mountains and the Tricky Triangle for the second race at Pocono this year. And then, of course, we have Indianapolis after that, and I believe after that it is Watkins Glen, the second road course on the schedule. So a lot of exciting races coming up here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!